Welcome to Auruxx, the encyclopedia made interesting. We bring you many fun facts about the world. So get ready to be surprised. History unfolds like a captivating narrative, weaving together moments of victory and sorrow. Hello, hello, hello. Within its pages lie the enthralling yet often hidden whispers of the top 20 terrible historical facts. These dark episodes, seldom discussed in schools, challenge our understanding of humanity. Join us in this video as we delve into these horrifying historical facts that have been obscured from classrooms. Number 20, the Dancing Plague of 1518. In the charming town of Strasbourg in 1518, something extraordinarily peculiar occurred: the mysterious dancing plague. Imagine this. Madame Truffia, for reasons unknown, stepped out of her home and began dancing in the street. What started as a solo act soon became a bizarre spectacle as curious onlookers joined in. The dance fever spread like wildfire, with people twirling day and night. The town authorities, puzzled and worried, tried various methods to stop it. Initially, they hosted the afflicted in a building with live music, hoping the tunes would cure them. When this failed, they resorted to bloodletting, but it too proved ineffective. Finally, they escorted the dancers out of the city, which surprisingly halted the spread. This wasn't an isolated incident. Similar outbreaks were recorded in 14th century France, 15th century Belgium, and even 19th century Madagascar. Some scientists suggest it was caused by ergot, a fungus with psychoactive properties. Number 19, Cleopatra's true origins. Cleopatra VII, often depicted as a captivating Egyptian queen, actually hailed from Macedonian Greek heritage. Her family tree traces back to Ptolemy I, a general under Alexander the Great, who became ruler of Egypt after Alexander's death. Unlike her predecessors, Cleopatra embraced Egyptian culture and was the first in her dynasty to learn the Egyptian language. This fusion of Hellenistic and Egyptian influences made her a unique figure, blending cultural boundaries and creating a complex historical persona. Number 18, the Partition of India and Pakistan. In 1947, the British Indian Empire underwent a violent transformation, splitting into India and Pakistan. This division along religious lines led to an unprecedented mass migration and horrific violence. Hastily drawn borders created chaos, with Hindus, Sikhs, and Muslims scrambling to cross into the right country. The violence was extreme, with mobs committing atrocities and trains carrying refugees becoming death traps. The toll was staggering, with estimates of 200,000 to 2 million lives lost and 14 million people displaced. Number 17, over 600 plots against Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro, Cuba's former leader, faced an astonishing number of assassination attempts, over 600. These range from poisoning his food and contaminating his diving suit to sniper attacks and even exploding cigars. Despite these relentless threats, Castro outlived them all, dying at the age of 90 from natural causes. His ability to survive these plots is attributed to a combination of strict security, loyal supporters, and sheer luck. Number 16, Napoleon's height misunderstanding. Napoleon Bonaparte's height has been a subject of much debate and misconception. Measured in French feet, which are longer than English feet, his height was around 5 feet 7 inches, above average for his time. British cartoons exaggerated his short stature, perpetuating the myth. This misjudgment highlights how biases and errors can distort historical narratives. Number 15, George Washington's dentures. George Washington, the first president of the United States, struggled with dental issues, losing his teeth early in adulthood. By his presidency, he had only one tooth left. Contrary to popular belief, his dentures were not made of wood, but were a combination of materials like hippo ivory, human bones, and gold. Crafted by Dr. John Greenwood, these dentures enabled Washington to maintain his public image and deliver speeches effectively. Number 14, the government's poisoning of alcohol. During Prohibition in 1926, the U.S. government spiked alcohol with harmful chemicals like methanol, benzene, and mercury to deter consumption. This strategy backfired as people continued to drink, resulting in numerous deaths. By the time Prohibition ended in 1933, the federal poisoning program had caused around 10,000 fatalities, a grim reminder of the unintended consequences of such measures. Number 13, the Statue of Liberty's misunderstood symbolism. The Statue of Liberty, often associated with immigration due to its proximity to Ellis Island, originally symbolized enlightenment. Designed by French sculptor Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi, the statue's torch represents the illumination of knowledge, and the tablet marks the date of American independence. This deeper symbolism highlights the statue's intended message beyond its common association. Number 12, the Trail of Tears. In the early 1800s, under President Andrew Jackson's administration, a devastating event known as the Trail of Tears took place. This tragic chapter in American history saw the forced relocation of Native American nations from their ancestral lands in the southeastern United States to territories west of the Mississippi River. The Indian Removal Act of 1830 authorized the government to seize Native American lands in the eastern cotton-growing regions and exchange them for lands in the west, designated as the Indian Colonization Zone. However, this was no mere exchange. It was a brutal and unjust act enforced by the U.S. military. Members of the Cherokee, Muskogee Creek, Seminole, Chickasaw, and Choctaw nations were forcibly removed from their homes. Over 60,000 Native Americans embarked on this arduous journey, facing harsh conditions, inadequate supplies, and widespread suffering. The journey was marked by disease, starvation, and death, with an estimated 4,000 Cherokee people perishing. The impact of the Trail of Tears went beyond the immediate loss of life. Native American nations suffered the profound loss of their ancestral lands, their cultural heritage, and their way of life. This dark episode is a stark reminder of the injustices faced by Native American communities throughout U.S. history. Number 11, the hidden heritage of Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore, located in the Black Hills, was carved into a granite peak between 1927 and 1941. However, its history is deeply intertwined with the legacy of the Great Sioux Reservation, as acknowledged by the Treaty of Fort Laramie. The Black Hills were recognized as part of the Great Sioux Reservation, but the discovery of gold in the region led to a surge of settlers and a violation of the treaty's terms. The U.S. government's failure to honor the treaty sparked a contentious chapter in history, marked by broken promises and conflicts with the Sioux people. This narrative reveals the nuanced and often tragic story of indigenous peoples and their lands being encroached upon and exploited. Number 10, the Library of Alexandria. The Library of Alexandria, established in 295 BC under the orders of Ptolemy I, was more than just a collection of books. It was an early research institute, a precursor to modern think tanks. Keen on attracting the brightest minds, Ptolemy I sought advice from his advisor, Demetrius of Phalerum. Demetrius suggested bringing in books from all corners of the world, and this plan succeeded. Renowned scholars like Plato and Zenodotus of Ephesus were drawn to Alexandria. Zenodotus became the library's first keeper, overseeing an impressive collection of around 500,000 unique works. The library's collection expanded as ships entering Alexandria were inspected for manuscripts, which were then copied and stored. At its peak, the library housed approximately 1 million manuscripts, encompassing works from Greek, Jewish, Egyptian, and Babylonian thinkers. It included laboratories and a medical school, making it an intellectual hub. Tragically, the library met its demise in 48 BC due to a fire during a conflict between Cleopatra and her brother. Efforts to revive it were unsuccessful, and its glory faded as Alexandria became a Roman province. Number 9, the history of ancient Roman plumbing. The Romans achieved remarkable feats in engineering, particularly with their intricate network of aqueducts and plumbing. While not the original inventors of plumbing, they perfected it to become one of their greatest achievements. They constructed vast systems of lead and stone pipes, sewers, and aqueducts, showcasing exceptional engineering prowess. Their plumbing systems were advanced, with monumental aqueducts designed to transport water over long distances into cities. Rome itself relied on 11 aqueducts, supplying water for public baths, fountains, and homes, playing a crucial role in public sanitation. The extensive sewage systems, including the famous Cloaca Maxima, were among the earliest in the world. Despite these achievements, the use of lead pipes posed health risks, potentially contributing to lead poisoning. This oversight highlights the unintended consequences of technological advancements and the importance of considering potential drawbacks. Number 8, from failed experiments to kitchen marvels. In over 90% of American households today, the microwave is a common kitchen companion. This appliance, now ubiquitous, was an accidental invention. In the 1940s, American engineer Percy Spencer, working on radar technology for Raytheon, discovered that microwaves could cook food. While experimenting with a magnetron, a vacuum tube emitting microwaves, Spencer noticed that a candy bar in his pocket had melted. Intrigued, he conducted further experiments, leading to the creation of the first commercially viable microwave oven in 1947, named the Radarange. Initially bulky and costly, the microwave has since undergone remarkable transformations, becoming a staple in modern kitchens. Number 7, witch trials in Europe. From the 15th to the 18th century, Europe was gripped by a relentless pursuit known as the Great Hunt. This period, also called the Burning Times, was marked by witch trials fueled by fear, superstition, and religious fanaticism. Around 40,000 to 60,000 individuals, mostly women, were accused of witchcraft and executed. Accusations were often based on flimsy or fabricated evidence, and torture was used to extract confessions. The accused faced grim fates, such as being burned at the stake, hanged, or drowned. The witch trials illustrate the dangers of societal panic, judicial injustice, and mass hysteria. Number 6, the not-so-glamorous life of pirates. Popular culture often portrays pirates as daring adventurers, but the reality was far from glamorous. Life aboard a pirate ship was marked by hardship and peril, with limited access to fresh food and clean water. Diseases like scurvy were rampant, and the constant threat of storms, battles, and shipwrecks made piracy a dangerous occupation. Interestingly, pirate ships operated democratically, with captains and quartermasters elected by the crew. This departure from the rigid hierarchies of naval and merchant vessels showed a different side to pirate society. Despite the romanticized image, piracy was a grueling existence, often ending in violence or imprisonment. Number 5, the Little Ice Age. The Little Ice Age, spanning from 1300 to 1850, brought harsh winters and cooler summers to Europe. This period saw reduced agricultural yields, leading to famine and hardship. Animals and humans alike suffered from the bitter cold, with some perishing from hunger, disease, and hypothermia. Artists captured this bleak reality in their works, like George Morland's Breaking the Ice. The Little Ice Age's origins are traced to changes in the Gulf Stream and increased volcanic activity. Today, as we face global warming, the lessons of the Little Ice Age remind us of the profound impact climate can have on humanity. Number 4, the Great Emu War of Australia. In the 1930s, Australia faced an unusual conflict known as the Great Emu War. After World War I, emus migrating inland caused havoc on newly cultivated lands. Desperate farmers sought help from the government, which responded by sending a small military force to cull the emu population. However, the emus proved to be formidable opponents, and the military operation was largely unsuccessful. Public outcry over the treatment of the birds led to the operation's end. The government then implemented a bounty system, which proved more effective in managing the emu population. This peculiar episode highlights the challenges of agricultural management and human-animal conflicts. Number 3, the Bengal Famine of 1943. The Bengal Famine of 1943, a man-made catastrophe, claimed 2 to 3 million lives in colonial India. It resulted from wartime policies by the British administration during World War II. The British destroyed boats and bullocks to prevent a Japanese invasion, disrupting food distribution and causing a rapid rise in rice prices. Relief efforts lagged due to the war's strategic demands and official negligence. By late 1943, the famine scale could no longer be ignored, prompting significant relief measures. The Bengal famine remains a stark reminder of the human cost of political decisions and the devastating impact of colonial rule. Number 2, Pope Gregory V, declared war on cats. In the 13th century, Pope Gregory V declared a strange crusade against cats, influenced by Conrad of Marburg, the papal inquisitor. Conrad's forced confessions suggested unholy alliances between cats and the devil. From 1227 to 1241, the Catholic Church targeted cats, especially black ones, believing they harbored malevolent spirits. The mass killing of cats had unintended consequences, possibly contributing to the spread of the Black Death by allowing rat populations to increase. This episode highlights the dangers of superstition and the far-reaching effects of irrational beliefs. Number 1. The history of the English language. The English language has evolved through 3 distinct stages: Old English, Middle English, and Modern English. The 10th century saw the fusion of Norman and English cultures, creating Middle English. Shakespeare's era marked a turning point, with the introduction of over 1,200 new words and phrases shaping modern English. Today, English is spoken by over 2 billion people worldwide, transcending boundaries and cultures. This linguistic journey reflects the ever-changing nature of language and its role in shaping our understanding of the world. The echoes of the past reverberate in the words we speak today, serving as a poignant reminder that language akin to history is a living entity, ceaselessly evolving and endlessly enchanting. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and click bell icon to receive notifications as soon as we post something new. Stay in touch.